everybody. My name is Ellen Pierce, and I am here tonight because my inner child was freaking out today. Around 12 o'clock, I started getting like little nudges, and I'm like, yeah, I'm attending to you, inner child, and paying attention. And then by 3:30, I was like in complete meltdown mode. And I let myself cry, and more I've been, in therapy, I was willing to think about my feelings, talk about my feelings, and now I'm like really starting to drop in and feel my feelings, and the feelings are big. So I'm like driving, and I'm like, okay, inner child, here's your moment, and I'm crying. And then I started having these like fake conversations in my head with the person at the front desk at the gym, the yoga teacher at the gym, my friends are meeting me at the yoga class at the gym, and I'm like, they're like, why are you crying? In my false dialogue in my head. Oh, I'm crying because I'm crying. I'm crying because I'm holding my inner child. I'm crying because. I'm like trying to explain to myself why I'm crying. And finally I'm just like, oh my gosh, Ellen, like you gotta stop that. So I stopped explaining to myself why I'm crying, and I just started to feel my feelings. And, it's just another way of removing myself from the experience. And what I found was this little girl inside of me, which, there's adult Ellen who's holding the whole experience and self-parenting, this inner dialogue. And then there's like little internal Ellen who, was having like a screaming fit. And I noticed the words I was using to describe it were my parents' words. So fit and temper tantrum and these big episodes were kind of words that were used to describe my big emotions. And I started to have the kindness for myself, no fault to my parents. They did the best they could, different topic. But for myself today, started saying, wow, you're having really big emotions. And then I started to ask it, what do you need? And I started to feel desperate myself as the adult version of myself trying to talk to this inner part of myself. And I really found that my inner child didn't want to tell me what it needed. It wanted to be heard. So I started reflecting what was coming. Oh, it's a really big feeling. You're feeling really mad. You're feeling really upset. You want to punch the blocks, the yoga blocks, knock them all down, a bikasela. And I really got into it. And, it's all inside and internal, and it's like an imaginative experience for me. And I kept noticing, like, I thought like, oh, this is going to end soon because I'm doing such a good job with my inner parenting. And it really didn't end, and it was quite exhausting. And you can imagine, for a parent, they just get fatigued by it. But, for me, even, I was getting really frustrated with my own inner child and wanted to be like, no, stop it. But instead of telling myself to stop it, which is what I wanted to do, I told myself, she's like, I can hear everything. So I told myself to stop it, but I also eventually got to, wow, this might take all day. It might take all night. It might take weeks. I don't know how long it's going to take for her to feel her feelings. And it's really actually not about the time period. It's more about my approach. So instead of choosing to be aggressive towards this young inner part of myself, I started to, instead of trying to change it with my aggression was trying to change her state by being good, by being nice to her, by listening to her, to try to fix it and make her feel better. And instead of doing that, I just decided, well, if this takes as long as it takes, like I'm here for her 100%. I'm not going away. My heart is fully aligned on that and all the way down through. So, I really started to just listen and care and reflect and, her and check in with her emotional state. Like, sometimes the frustration was like anxiety, fear was like a 7, 10, and then, dropped down to like a 3. Didn't mean it went away. And it still kind of rears up when I give it, a little bit more space. Even, I was just sitting here listening to a book on my couch, and I realized like, oh, she's upset. I'm still upset. She's still upset. I don't really know what to do right now. It's the end of my night. I'm in my soft PJs. you know, took my shower already. I'm just chilling, drinking some water, can make some tea. I have a soft blanket for her. But I remembered that I promised her that I would make a little time each night to play and to have fun. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna grab the guitar and we can sing. And then you know, I used to like love performing as a game when I was a child. I would have my babysitters and my siblings and my stuffed animals all watching, and I would perform albums on my fireplace, like the mantle. Most notably Bonnie Raitt, the entire album, Luck of the Draw. Bonnie, if you're watching, hi, I love you. Yeah, so I want to sing you this song, and it's really just for fun tonight. It's called The Vista. I wrote it up in Nederland, Colorado, which are lots of famous musicians that passed through there, and some still live there. God, it's an amazing, magical place. It's called The Vista, and I hope you like it. If the heart can give as much as it takes, we climb the mountain all at stake. I wouldn't wait another day. His boots will still be too big anyway. So take me to the vista. I wanna get to know who you are. It's okay to fall, it's a risk I take by having you around. Know how to give it my all, put my trust and faith in our future's call. It's okay to fall, it's the risk I take by having you around. I know how to give it my all, put my trust and faith in our future's call. So take me to the vista. I wanna get to know who you are. On the precipice of your mistakes, the direction that your life takes, it's in the choices that you make. I would choose the future that takes your breath away. So take me to the vista. I wanna get to know who you are. It's okay to fall, it's a risk I take by having you around. I know how to give it my all, put my trust and faith in our future's goal. It's okay to fall, it's the risk you take by having me around. Do you know how to give it your all, put your trust and faith in our future's call. So take me to the vista. I wanna get to know who you are. Good night, everybody. I'm gonna keep playing here and having fun, and I hope you make some time to play and have fun. Like, it doesn't have to be much. One time I had a horse-off contest with my artist boyfriend. He drew a horse and I drew a horse, and then we compared horses, that kind of thing. I also made a list of all the different things that I liked as a kid and actually like there's no purpose to it. There's no mission, there's no money-making scheme, nothing. It's just like, oh yeah, I like to touch beads, or I like to play with scarves. So those kinds of things. And I don't have everything yet. I only have like a drawing pad and some colored pencils and my guitar, my voice, and these videos. But soon enough, I will have lots of ways for my inner child to play, and I hope this inspired you to give your inner child just a short amount of time to do something just for fun. Okay, bye!